is Virtually Inspired, the show that is all about helping you up your game when it comes to virtual learning experiences. Let's change the landscape of virtual from awful to awesome. My name is Melissa Dinwiddie, and I help innovative companies grow sales and retain customers and talent with creative virtual experiences because I infuse connection, joy, and delight into virtual trainings and events. So welcome. Today's guest is Andrea Wodniok. Whether it's on or off stage, to be able to thrive, build the confidence to look your best, and enjoy the moment to the fullest, it only takes one person to believe in you. And that person is Andrea Wodniok. From teaching improvisational theater in groups, she is now in the process of passing on her packed suitcase of exercises, methods, and knowledge in coaching and workshops. And I am so delighted to have Andrea here. And before I bring her on screen, I am going to have Andrea introduce herself through an object. We talked about this behind the scenes. So Andrea, go ahead and introduce yourself through your object.
Hello, and thank you for this wonderful introduction. Let me introduce myself also. So I am very tall. Well, just my object. I'm very small, but sometimes there are bubbles coming out of me, sometimes small, sometimes large. Children like to play with me, and I am very soapy.
So what might Andrea be? Shall we take a look? Shall we take a look? Yes!
Let me try one bubble for you. No, it doesn't work. There are no bubbles in here at all.
No soap bubbles on demand.
Yeah, but that's a soap bubble thing. So that was my object, and that was my first activity.
I love it.
In front of screen without showing your face. And yeah, that's also a nice introduction for someone who has a little bit stage fright also in front of the screen. So yeah.
You know what I love about that one, Andrea, is that not only is it great for people who have a little bit of stage fright and maybe are a little bit shy using their cameras, but it activates the imagination.
Oh, yes, it does.
So people have to also figure out how to describe who they are in the context of their object. So it gets so many layers going at the same time. So it's a really great sort of icebreaker activity. I don't really like that term icebreaker, but that's what it is, like a connection activity, a start warm up activity. It's such a great one. And I love that you used it right off the bat. Beautiful.
Why not just begin with the activity? Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's good to hear. I love it to do it actually with my students. I teach as a lecturer at the University of Applied Science here in Frankfurt, and I used that a lot in Zoom. Actually, we're more in person now, and so I'm enjoying that really. But also having the chance to do things on Zoom in a different way, that's also very, very lucky for me.
How much of your work is virtual compared to how much is in person?
Well, nowadays it's 50-50, but then back then, well, I don't know, half a year ago was mainly in Zoom. So, and having also coaching sessions on Zoom. I began my freelance work with stage fright, especially 2 years ago. So it started in the pandemic, and I worked my way through, and also to get to know, like thinking out of the box or in the box, how to do that in Zoom, to get connection to your client. And it worked fabulously. yeah.
What have you found? What are, I don't know, just give us some tips with stage fright for Zoom.
Yeah, yes, of course. Well, first of all, I think stage fright, on or off stage, on or off Zoom, it's still there. I've experienced now also before we went online stage fright because I thought of the last time in April. Oh gosh, I hope the internet connection is well enough and stable and everything. And then mind is going circles round and round and round, all overthinking. And to keep you stopping that is actually being here in the moment, being in the present. And improv is such a great tool to do so. So bringing you back where you actually are. Combining that with breathing exercises is wonderful. So just like when I'm here in the moment and I don't know what to say, what to do, I love to have that in my mind. You're allowed to mess up. So, like, screw up happy, be who you are, be the person you want to be in the moment, and also to connect with the other ones. When you're alone on stage or on Zoom, then see your audience as your playmate. So this gives much, I don't know, much more connection. You're more yourself, and yeah. So this is a wonderful tool. I have that in my mind, and this is from Improv. Screw up happy.
Screw up happy. I love that. Yeah. So anybody who's watching may not know that Andrea came on the show back in, was it April?
It was April.
It was April. Gosh, it was so long ago. And the internet connection was so bad that we had to reschedule. And so I ended up doing what was supposed to be a show. It was supposed to be a guest episode with me and Andrea, and I ended up having to, on the fly, turn it into a solo.
You've done a wonderful job.
Thank you very much. This is like the power of improv. Is like, okay, plan A didn't work, so we have to figure out how to turn it into a plan B on the fly, right? That's the beauty of improv. But I love this screw up happy. Is that what you would? Yeah, I love this because that's so much of what and like Brett just shared in the comments, giving yourself permission to mess up can be really freeing. In fact, I have an exercise that I do with folks that I refer to. It's a drawing activity, but I don't call it drawing. I call it crappy doodles.
Ooh, that's good.
Well, because the reason is that everybody, almost everybody, is terrified of drawing because people have been told, have been programmed that they can't draw, right? They've been taught from a young age that only certain people can draw. That's not me. I can't draw, and so people are so scared of drawing. But if I tell them that their job is not to draw, but to make a crappy doodle, then it lowers the expectations down to the ground. And then that they can do. Everybody can make a crappy doodle. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But it takes away all the fear. That's what it's all about. So it's so freeing to mess up, to just give ourselves the permission to mess up.
And then I would like to just connect to that point that you just said and say also, bring the activity. Nobody's perfect. I would love to just try it out with you. I tried it out with several groups, but I haven't tried it with one-to-one coaching sessions. So here it goes. You say out loud or cheer out loud in what you are a star, but not in what you're perfect in, but the opposite. So what you really are bad in. So like coming in late or snoring or I don't know, whatever you want to leave here or tell others, please do. So no about your boundaries. But it would be lovely to hear some of your thoughts or some of your things. Yeah. Okay. And then I will cheer up and give you an applause. And yeah, who knows what will happen next. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my job is to say a thing I'm a star in keeping my studio space really tidy at all times.
Woohoo!
Or actually, what I should say is, I think maybe I didn't understand the instructions. I'm a star at having a messy studio space. I think that's what you were going for, right?
Yes, that's totally fine. I would cheer anyway, so don't worry. Okay.
I'm a star at being kind of a slob.
Woo-hoo! I love it. Me too. Yay! Woo, go for it. Okay, now it's my turn. I'm a star in comparing myself with other people. Ooh, yes, I am an expert. Whenever it comes to situations I can compare, I do it. Yeah!
Yes! Woohoo! Me too.
Do we want to have another go? Do we want to know more?
I'm a star at doubting myself.
Oh, yay! Woohoo! Me too! Wonderful. Oh, great. Okay. I'm a star in coming in late. Whenever there's a time to come in late, I am the person to come late. Ooh, this works much better 1-to-1, actually, because you can have several rounds, and then perhaps the people open up a little bit more instead of a whole group doing this exercise in front of a whole group. Yeah,
That's great. That's great. You know, one of the things I really like about this exercise is that it is it's self-selecting in how vulnerable you want to be. But you know, so many of us share a lot of the same areas that we feel not so great about, right? And so when you have the opportunity to share that and be celebrated and have other people acknowledge in their celebrations, often, like I heard you say, oh, me too. There's something so freeing about noticing that you're not alone, right? And whatever the thing is that you're feeling badly about, that one of the truths about self-compassion is acknowledging common humanity. There's three elements of self-compassion, one of which is acknowledging common humanity. And so when you can see that there is an element of common humanity to whatever area that you're feeling badly about, that can help to start that path of self-compassion. So that I really, really appreciate that about this exercise.
And thank you for opening up and sharing also. I mean, because everyone has, your own protection. At first you wanted to say, I'm the cleanest person in the world to protect yourself. I mean, it's human also to be on stage or to open up is really also risky and not so easy. And to know, okay, I'm allowed to do that in my own way, and I can choose what I share and what not. And then you also connect with the others, as it just said, connecting through humanity, knowing, oh, well, we're just humans. And also the person in Hollywood is just a human.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget that and so easily. And this is always building up this perfect image of yours, like comparing yourself as a perfect facilitator or presenter on stage. instead of being really in the moment and being your true self. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially nowadays when with social media, it's so easy to only see other people's highlight reels, right? And so it's easy to not to just not be aware of other people's humanity and the reality of other people's lives, that their lives are messy and complicated and not tidy and just in this full spectrum of things, right? So nobody has their itch together completely, even though it looks like they do, because that's all that they tend to share on social media.
That's right. Yeah. But improv is also like breaking this image, and Brett can tell stories about our Monday sessions where I also feel a bit lost, and it's okay. And improv gives me the space to feel lost and to be also held through the other players. So I think also what is important to know, it's all about trust. And to know I need trust to open up. Brings you also the self-confidence, self-trust. Is that the right word?
Yeah, absolutely. And just as Brett points out in her comment, there's so much more to this activity than the silliness of it. The silliness of it is a key piece because it helps us to get to the deeper place. So it's integral to the activity, but it's more than just the silliness. It's just having a conversation with a C-suite executive last week who was sharing that the CEO of this company is likely going to be a hard sell because they are of the belief that vulnerability, showing vulnerability is weakness. Where those of us in the know that actually the opposite is true. Showing vulnerability requires great courage.
Yeah,
the opposite of weakness. But the kinds of work that we do that requires that integrates silliness and integrates play is often viewed by some people as frivolous and not important and things like that. But in fact, it is the very incorporation of play and silliness that allows deep work to be done.
Yeah. Play brings also people together in a different way, and you have to experience these things. You can't tell about them. And also, if I look at some activities, I go, oh no, I don't want to do this. But then actually doing that activity brings so much fun or so much energy inside of me, out of me. At first, I couldn't see that. So sometimes you need that experience, to need that room to explore. What is it like? How does it feel like? And then this is why I'm doing that. And so sometimes you need also rules to have a play, but also to have a direction, so a certain goal to reach that, and then you know why you're doing that, and then you're also capable doing the playing or silliness.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Working in so different areas, like with adults, but also with children or with youth, and so everything has its own ways, communication ways, and you have to find the way to get to them. So
Yep, absolutely.
But I think the goal and the rules are important, because having the rules, having the set where you are allowed, or the room where it is allowed to experiment, to open up, then you can really dig in deep. And then having a goal is really like the aha moment for you that you're taking away with you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I know I don't know if you have any other activities that you wanted to share. I do know that you had some music. So it's up to you where we go next.
We could do at first a music improv
Okay.
through with me, like call and response. Do you know that
Let's do it.
from gospel? Okay. So when I'm in Zoom giving singing lessons isn't quite working well. But one thing that works well is call and response. So I give you a melody or a scat phrase. A scat phrase. Do you know a scat phrase?
Mm-hmm.
So like do ba do, and then you go also like that, and repeat that sentence after me.
Okay.
So you have that like three times, and then it's your go. So three
Okay.
times I give you something and you repeat it, and then three times you give me something and I repeat it.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Here we go. Good then. Dab ba doo dee day.
Dab dab doo doo day.
Ba dee day 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 doo doo.
Dab dab ba day doo doo doo.
Day 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 day.
Da 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 day.
Woo! Very nice. And you.
Ba 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 da ba day.
Ba 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 day day day.
Ba 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 day.
Ba ba doo ba 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 day.
Ba 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 da da ba ba bay.
Ba 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 da ba 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 bay.
All right.
Woo! Wow, we just scattered over the globe. How wonderful is that? And this is easily done. So you can do this round and round after round.
How fun. Oh, I love this comment from Brett. She feels like she's at a virtual
Yeah. Already there. Oh, do you have any singing exercises?
You do I? I'm getting a weird echo. Are you getting an echo?
Oh no, I'm fine here.
I have to say I have not been doing any singing on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for a while, for about the first 100 days of the year, I was doing looping,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You
but it
told me
wasn't on
about it.
Zoom. It was completely, in my own little world, and then I was putting it up on SoundCloud. Um,
Ooh.
but I haven't done that in a while, so I've been really kind of
It's
out
like
of it.
I felt the same way through the pandemic, that it shut all down. My mouth was closed like that, and I didn't really feel like singing anymore because of that situation. So I think a lot of people feel that way, and I loved also just experimenting with myself, with the piano in the background, singing and scatting, and yeah, and finding the value in that, because sometimes you get lost also. And this is also a great thing to know for stage fright. If you feel that you have to give so much energy out to the audience, remind yourself to keep yourself focused. So be more with yourself instead of giving too much to the other people around you. And sometimes you feel also the power of being more with yourself and trying new things. So this is also a nice way. But if you like, I don't know how long the time is left or how long we have.
Well, I usually go for a half an hour, but we can go a little long if you want.
Okay. Yeah. We could do one exercise. I have my homepage called Switch Impulse, and there's a lovely exercise I wanted to share with you also for presentations. So we could do that, and at the end we could do some music. I play the piano and you scat.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the exercise. You get. Oh no, we do it the other way around because I know how to do it. So you are my assistant.
Okay.
Whenever I give a talk, okay, you can choose the topic, whatever you want. I give you a talk, and whenever you feel this is boring or she needs help, then please clap in your hands.
Okay.
And I will switch the character. Okay, but stay in the topic. We'll try it out. Okay? Good. So, what do you want to hear?
I want to hear about the wonder of cats.
Ooh, the wonder of cats. All right. So I just go off stage and then I come back on stage.
Okay.
The wonder of cats. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me if you have a cat or not. Do you have a cat?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Wonderful, wonderful. They are so amazing, so adorable. Whenever you want, you can clap in your hands. And so, cats are wonderful. And I remember my favorite cat. She just died yesterday. Missy, my cat. Oh, I miss her so much, Missy. But you have to buy another cat. Cats are wonderful. You need a cat. Yes, you do. Because they make life so much easier. You don't smell like a cat. They smell like a cat. Yes, they do. For you. If you need someone by your side to cuddle, you need a cat. Yes, you do. And so, a cat, my ladies and gentlemen, is a wonder. It has 7 lives and lives forever in your heart. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Thank you for assisting me. That is a nice one. That is why I'm called Switch, because it's always switching the character, and the presentations are always different.
So now you do that with your stage fright clients?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you find that helps them with stage fright because they have to focus so much on the character that it takes them out of the stage fright?
Well, if we do that at the beginning in the first sessions or so, I mean, I would never do this in the first session, but perhaps in the second or third session. And then it's more like, okay, what is there else in my head? And reacting to the clapping sound instead of always, okay, what do I want to do next? And being present. And then if it's working well, yes, it would be lovely if they are more in the character and seeing the world with different eyes. And so this would be more like a training, to be more in the character.
That's
instead
great.
Stage fright experience.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about my own stage fright experiences. The times when I tend to feel stage fright these days are because I really like being on stage, but there are times when I still do get super, super nervous, and it's when the stakes are really high. So, like auditions, because I don't audition very frequently. So the few times when I do, I get super nervous and I don't audition well because of that. And also when I'm performing in situations that feel more with more high stakes than a more typical performing or presentation experience, where it feels like, yeah, just more high stakes. Then I do get really nervous.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
think it's always good to know it's always a part of you. So if we always think, no, it doesn't belong to me, or I don't want to have this feeling, then it's getting into you, and so it's more present in that way, instead of accepting that it's there and to look at it as, okay, thank you for being here, thank you for reminding me of these situations and that you're a part of me. So welcoming also. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I know people have talked to me about, oh, you must not ever get nervous, or sort of making assumptions, because when they see somebody who is comfortable being on stage, they assume, oh, you must just be natural, you've always been that way, and things like that. And my experience is that I feel like if I don't have some level of heightened energy, then it doesn't work as well for me.
Yeah.
That
You
it's
always
not
need
it,
it. Yeah.
say that again.
You always need a little bit of this energy, this adrenaline, to get this
Yeah.
anxiety, or no, sorry, excited, not excitement. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So because you want to have more energy on stage than when you're just walking through your living room.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't want to see me sitting on my couch in my living room.
Why
They
not?
want to
If
see
you
a
make
bigger
it
version of
safe. If it's interesting, then the audience would like to see it. But
well, perhaps that's true. Perhaps that's true. But I think it was maybe Chris Rock or somebody said that the audience wants to see a bigger version of me, and I think about that, and I think that's what those nerves before you perform, that energy that, whether it's stage fright or just a little bit of nervous energy, wherever you are on the spectrum, you want to have something, because otherwise you're just going to be a little bit flat, when you get
yeah.
on stage.
So in Germany, there's a specialist in or expert in stage fright, and she wrote several papers, but also has a really, really nice book about stage fright. And she describes these three modules of stage fright or stage anxiety also. So the first one is the flow experience, the
Mm,
butterflies. And this is where we want to be, like this, what you just said, to have this energy, to have this excitement, and to feel also this, well, whatever will happen, it will go okay, and perhaps also better than okay, in the flow. And then there's the second module or part, it's called stage fright. So you don't want to enter the stage, but you have to, but also it's okay to do it. So it's a mix. And then this is where my work is coming in. And then you have the third module, it's really where you fear the stage. You don't want to be there. You have panic attacks. You have to deal with it in a therapeutic setting and so on. So perhaps you need alcohol or drugs or anything to keep you going on to stage. And several people have it, not only people who go on stage, and also people who are, well, professionals have this fear of stage. And that's why they are always coping in different ways. But I think we all know stories, from other people.
Yeah, that would be really lousy to have that experience.
Yeah, but it's there, and I think because we always feel like the natural feeling of fight or flight in these situations. We're not having this. Okay, we're not having the tiger in front of us, but we have a large audience in front of us who is actually giving this. Okay, I'm okay to be here on stage or not, and so that's why we're dealing with this inner criticizing and thoughts and so on. And but then to have time, to have space to look at it, not just it's okay, we'll pass on, just go on stage, but just really have the time, look at it from a different perspective, perhaps also from the improv perspective, and then to experience, like we said, through play, through the silliness, what energy lies within the exercises, and then take the whatever you get out of the exercise, like we just described, and to put it into your everyday life. So take your experience and take it as an aha moment into your stage, your work, your presentation, your next presentation, your interview coming up, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Andrea, this has been very fun. I'm so glad we finally managed to get you on with a good internet connection.
Me too.
How can people find you?
Oh, yes. I'm on LinkedIn, Andrea Wodniok, and Switch Impulse, or Impulse. It's all in German, written in German, but please feel free to contact me and I will reply back in English. Yeah, so.
And there we have the banner, the little ticker banner down at the bottom. And, there's Google Translate. So you can always go up on Google Chrome and check it out and make use of Google Translate to read it in the language of your choice if you don't read German. I actually studied German in high school, but I don't remember any of it, so I wouldn't be able to read it there.
That's good. So the power of Google, wonderful.
Power of Google. Yes, all of my 5 years of German have come to naught because I, use it or lose it, baby. What happened?
Oh, well, sometimes with me too. I always say my favorite language is gibberish. You can do any mistakes.
I am so with you there. So I have been running every month these learning labs. This is probably going to be the last one for a while, at least the last regular one. So if you've been thinking about coming to my learning labs, sign up for the August one because there may not be another one. So it's good. The theme is going to be curiosity. These are hour-long workshops, learning labs, non-boring virtual meetings, learning labs. Theme is curiosity. If you have not attended a learning lab before, this is your last opportunity to attend as a first timer for free using the code first timer, or invite a friend to use that code first timer for free. And there we go. There is the URL where you can sign up. It's bit.ly/monthly lab. It's not going to be monthly for long, so August is the last one. capital M, capital L, bit.ly/monthly lab, capital M, capital L. And again, use that code first timer to register for your first lab for free or invite a friend to come for free.
Oh, this is also a nice exercise for you, audience, that you can do while we are playing or singing some music. You just grab yourself a piece of paper, a little or a big piece of paper, a pen, and just write down what comes into your head while we are making some music. It's called Dumbledore method. Just whatever comes into your thoughts, into your mind, just scribble down. It can be gibberish, it can be German, it can be English, whatever you like. And yeah, it's nice and relaxing at the end.
Cool. All right. So we're going to do, this is going to be our sign off. Andrea's going to play keyboard. I'm going to vocalize. I think this is the plan. This is all improv. And we're going to do this for a few minutes and then we're going to sign off. All right. This is totally improvised, people. And I have not warmed up, so it's going to be very rough. I like to screw up happy. I like to screw up happy. I like to screw up happy. I like the way Andrea plays. I wish it was a little louder. I like her chords. I like to screw up to Andrea's chords. I like to screw up happy. Ooh. Yay! Thank you, Andrea. Thanks, everybody. Ending the broadcast now. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to get video updates. Thanks.